Hi, my name is Ty, but I'm also known as the lady who cuts the hair, the church lady, and sometimes Bob's wife. There's a few that remember my real name, Ty, but I still answer to whatever they want to call me. I have a good time coming here. Um, my husband Bob has been here for 2.5 years. Um, he has severe dementia due to the Parkinson's disease, and so um, he's slowly declining, but he still, I think, remembers who I am most of the time. And so I think they do a good job here taking care of the physical needs, the social needs, emotional, and the spiritual needs. A good example, I think, is my husband Bob, who was a school principal, invested in realty, and a few other things. But some of the things that he did, he was also a farmer for a part of the time, was in the last few years he was restoring old houses. And so whenever he wanted to come in the house, and he kind of always, in the later years anyway, wanted to take a nap, so he would, because he usually was dirty and he didn't want to lay on my sofa and stuff. So he would take a nap on the floor, which he does here once in a while. He will, move off of that soft, cushiony sofa, lay down on the floor, and take a nap. It was a little bit alarming for the staff to begin with, but I explained to him what the situation was, and so now they just let him lay on the floor. They'll go get a pillow, prop it under his head. And at this point in time now, when he's ready to get up, he really can't do it always by himself, so they go over and help him up and help him to sit back on the sofa, where he probably should have laid down in the first place. But, that's what he's done all his life. And to me, that says a lot of things. It says, they're taking care of his physical needs. They're taking care of his emotional needs by allowing him to do what he's done all of his life and not making a big issue of it. And so that, I think, makes him feel a little bit more comfortable. It's like he has done all his life. The other thing that he tends to do is move the chairs around in the dining room all the time. And, they just let him do it unless he tries to put it up on top of the table, which he does every once in a while. They don't want him to hurt himself or somebody else. But, he can move the chairs wherever he wants to. And the girls just have to go back and put them back. And he goes back and moves them where he wants them. So it gets to be kind of a fun kind of thing for the rest of us. Uh, but, I see that as being very important. They're respecting Bob as to what he wants to do at that moment in time, whether it makes sense to us or not. So, and then another thing is, another reason that I brought him to a memory care facility, other than he needed it because I couldn't keep track of him anymore at home. But there's other people around, and Bob has always been a social person. And so, everybody comes in and says, "Hi, Bob," and he'll say hi back again. And I think at first when he came in, he also thought, all these ladies running around, or girls as far as he was concerned, were probably his teaching staff. He was a school administrator. So sometimes when they were having a meeting, he'd poke his head in and say, when I was here to get him, he'd say, "Don't worry, I'll be back in 2 hours." No, I mean 15, 20 minutes, or whatever happened to come out of his mouth at that point in time. But, he was just feeling a part of the whole facility and things going on. Another thing that was important to Bob, and I think it has helped him a lot, this is my personal opinion, of course, in adjusting to the condition that he's in, because generally he's pretty happy and content and pretty cooperative of things that need to be done for him. However, that may change depending on what part of his brain gets damaged next. But the point I was trying to make was that our faith, attending church or worship services was always important in our life. And that was something that seemed to be important to the staff and the administration here. And so that was one of the reasons that I guess I chose that place. And with my background being active in the church, I decided I could volunteer and help out in that aspect. So we do, every week I come in and do a short worship service. Not always every week, according to whatever the schedule is here, but quite often. And we do it sort of interdenominational. It's kind of Christian based, but I also bring in once in a while some comments or some practices from maybe the Buddhist religion or others, because I don't really know what everybody's background is. But what we would normally do is we just play some of the old American gospel hymns that, whether they have had a church background or not, these people, everyone seems to know the Little Brown Church in the Wildwood or Amazing Grace and a few of those songs. And I find that a lot of them can sing along, even though I can't sing very well. We still sing. We play a CD, and then I usually bring a little sheet of paper that I call a bulletin. And we also set up a table with just a little altar cloth on and some flowers and things so that we can talk about how God is involved in the world and in our personal life. So that seems to be a satisfying experience for most of them. Let's see, what else is there that I should cover, do you think? I guess one other thing I would like to say is, the facility has a very homey feeling. It doesn't have a lot of high-class furniture or we do have some art pieces hanging around the wall, but some of the ones that we think are really good, the elders don't necessarily appreciate as much as we would like to have them appreciate it. But for example, there's one painting that is fairly simple. I think it says water and some mountains and trees. But that is the one that they seem to like the best because from a distance where they sit in wheelchairs and their eyesight being not so good as it used to be, they can determine what that is. And it brings a note of appreciation or peace and comfort to them, I guess.